Welcome. We are Federation X and the Dirt Sheet, and we're have a little technical difficulties with the video playing, but we'll get right going. I'm Lars. I'm here with the real world champion, Tony Rhodes. Weed Man, the current Harbinger television champion. We'll see how this match goes this weekend. And we have the great and magnificent Max Olio. Welcome, gang.
Best genetics in the Fed.
So we'll pull up this PowerPoint again to see how we go with it here, and we'll get rolling. Oh.
Maybe not.
That didn't work. Give me just a sec. I may be swerved by technology today.
We can only hope.
Here we go.
Fucking new breed.
Spit it out.
There we go. All right. So the video was causing us some little technical difficulties. We'll get that going. That's all right. We're FedEx, and you can find us. Obviously, you found us on Facebook. If you want to see more videos from us as we go live, make sure you hit that get notifications selection. That way you can get notifications instantly as we go live with it. Find us on Twitter at the Federation X, and obviously you can find us on the Tap Talk notifications as we go there, and that's where we play and have a role play. Oh, not this again. Here we go.
Swerved by technology.
Here we go. Finally, move past the video. All right. So we like to look at our title rankings and kind of take a look at where we stand with it at the moment. We had an influx, as you can see, of players came in. Old players, old players with new alts. And they've flooded the X Factor division and the Harbinger division, and obviously the tag division. Weedy, what are your thoughts this week as you see some maneuvering around that top spots there?
I've got to say, the big shock this week is seeing Terry climb up the rankings in the X Factor. But at the same time, I will begrudgingly admit she deserves it. She's put in some great, serious work with the kid in the last week or so.
Number 5. So who would have ever thought?
No one at the start.
Okay.
Quit tongue punching her fart box.
Anything
Seriously.
else?
As usual, and I know that it's going to bring some heat, especially from the absolute love sponge in the chat. Terrific at 2. Tony Rhodes the second at 2.
You're right. It is pretty bad that I'm at 2. I should be at number 1, right? I should be number 1. It's pretty surprising I'm at number 2.
Well, I think Omega won his match. He's never been pinned since
the
return.
So did I. I won my match as well. Remember that winning streak? Me,
but
on a winning streak now.
When you're beating PPs and they're laying down for you, what do you gotta say, Tony? Come on.
I got the 1, 2, 3. That's all that matters.
I mean, he's beating guys like Deacon Brody and
all that matters. 1, 2, 3. That's all that matters.
Max, what do you got on these rankings?
I think these rankings will get shuffled up big time, especially when Acid Ed does Acid Ed's thing and drops off the roster, and probably takes Man of War with him. That's That's the problem with some of these old timers. The longevity just isn't there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we saw a couple glimmer. I mean, we had a huge amount of activity Monday, which was unheard of. And I don't know what everybody's doing on a Monday morning all throughout the day, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah, fuck you guys, by the way.
It was amazing. It was like almost,
just quickly, I'd like to interrupt and welcome Jordan to the chat. He sees 3 scrubs on the screen. And Lars, what type of a Make-A-Wish Foundation stores brought this congregation of jobbers together? And I'm sorry, Kieran Crow,
cat fucker.
dude, you're free for me. You're the jobber in Weedman's world.
But yeah, he disappeared when you showed up. That's true. Total canon.
We also have
Well,
Rick Jones
welcome,
joining us
Jordan.
live for the first time.
We've been expecting that you take off your mask as one of the Anus sisters or the Anus sister for a long time. It's been a great speculation. But it's either you or Pika, so you're in good company, right?
Yeah, who's the jobber now, Rude?
Oh,
Tony, I wanted to ask you specifically, what bothers you the most? I know a lot of things bother you about this, but what bothers you the very most about these rankings right now?
The very most is the fact that the World Tag Team Division has number one, the New Breed, and obviously we're going to talk about this later. We're going to talk about this in more detail. But the New Breed number one. Now, every time we do this show, New Breed are number one. I think we got knocked off there for like 2 days by PP and Cole Styles, who aren't even on that list anymore.
They weren't even a tag team.
Exactly. And 2 days later, we go straight back up to number one. But then, the Power Base are going to book an absolute clusterfuck to crown the first champions when we've been there at number one this entire time. And a team like Our Father and Cream of Some Young Guy actually have a chance to get the tag team titles. And they've done nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. We've been carrying this division this entire time. And I'm going to stop. Because we've got to talk about it in detail later. But that's the thing that pisses me off the most.
Rogues Ranch jumping in a little bit early on the card, so on the program this time.
Yep. Nice. So I will call out the Pure Wrestling Champion is CK or SKI. I can't, or KSI. I'm not. Yeah, KSI. I don't want to butcher the name up. And then
the famous YouTuber. KSI, the famous YouTuber.
KSI. Okay.
He's a famous YouTuber. Is he in FedEx?
Apparently.
Oh no, it's that shitty Japanese face who stole a guy's name as well. He stole a guy's name.
Whoa.
Not only did he steal a victory from Cole Styles in his match, but he stole a famous person's name.
Hey, it's pretty bad when you're defending Cole Styles.
Yeah, that's really
how bad he is,
Tony. But seriously, just to be perfectly clear, the face stole a name and a title?
Yep.
Fuck sakes. That's no face.
All right, we're moving up. We got some discussion points other than what we've been talking about, like relevant things over the past week or so. We have the Bachelorette and Bachelor Party going on right now. We have the Post Containers role play event. We were starting to talk about that a little bit pre-show. Weedy, you're large and in charge in these things, so give us the highlights.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this whole, person and Athelia thanking me for having such a big part in planning these events. I guess it was really nice to see a former foe at the Fillmores. G'day, Chance. Clearly, you've gone on to what your true talent is, because it's certainly not ring performing.
She's been in more posts in the last 2 days than she had been in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And really doing it for the crowd, especially Storm, I noticed. Yeah, nothing weird about that at all. It's honestly, I've mentioned it on Discord. It's nice to see Cannibal make a mark in this and become like a big part of the storyline. I love the new gimmick, which I didn't completely and totally shove down his throat.
Tack Daddy Bake ya.
Absolutely. It's great to see players like that come back and jump into things. It's really cool.
Absolutely nailed the selling, and yeah, big props. I haven't seen too much of the Bachelorette Party, so I might hand the stuff about that over to Amareza because she knows more about it.
Okay. Well, by proxy, Maxie, what's Amareza got going on over at the ladies' side?
Well, she had a giant cock delivery. And waiting to see when they're going to actually go to the strip joint because that's going to get greasy.
Yeah, they're way behind. They're way behind the guys for sure.
Well, not everyone has Weedy just showing up and going, "Let me take the reins."
Well,
I mean,
I think we had the main event take the center stage at the bachelor party, though, didn't we, Tony?
Sorry, what?
Didn't we have the main event take the stage on role play at the bachelor?
I got
bachelor
lost.
party?
I'm not gonna lie. I got completely lost. And I saw loads of repurse. Just gonna go out of character here. Saw loads of purse from Weedy. Realized they were from the match, and I was just like, "What the hell?" I just carried on from Storm. I think I was just like, "Well, got totally lost by it."
I'm talking about the special pole dancer that.
My bad. Yeah. I mean, I just got there, and that was the first thing I saw was Genocide coming out to dance on the pole, and he keeps giving me these weird eyes, and I don't know why. Like, absolutely free, so gay. It was so gay, the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life, honestly.
Can't hold a candle to Chance, though. Apparently,
Let's just say that Chance's handler is not impressed with me, and acting as if I don't know that wheelchair Eric is Chance. Suck it up, princess.
I don't think Genocide's handler's happy with me either.
nah, you cut him short, or so he says.
Yeah.
Or was that sold him short? I'm not sure which.
So
Speaking of, Athelia has just made herself known in the chat. Welcome. We were just discussing your bachelorette party.
I think the comment, Tony, was you're the reason why EFEDs have to insert crappy golden rules.
Well, maybe that's where he belongs, because he's gone very, very creamer. I don't know if Genocide was always creamer, but since this whole reboot, he's gone very, very creamer. Maybe that's where he should go. I think probably belongs there.
Well, we did kill Lindsay Troy,
the #1 stripper in all EFED wrestling.
Apparently, it's kind of serious.
She had it coming to her.
She did. She deserved it.
All right. So, hey, we had the return of quite a few new old players, right? To us, Naked Man's Ghost came back. Angelique, and the Blitzkrieg, Techno, and Jason Storm, and Techno brought apparently his boy Dade Mnemonics with him, and then we already mentioned Cannibal showing up and jumping in. Really cool to see this week.
So Techno's actually in the chat, and I want to say welcome, Techno. It's actually been a true pleasure having you with us on the Discord, and I just want to quickly remind you that I plowed Carissa so many times. Just totally, completely fucking plowed her.
Okay. Okay, Max, any comments on Naked Man, Angelique, any of the Blitzkrieg crew, the Bloodline?
Well, obviously, I love having Blitzkrieg back, but they wrecked my fucking bar.
Yeah, they did that pretty
completely
hard.
their fault.
I mean,
it was absolutely their fault. Nothing to do with us.
Shit happens. We get together, shit breaks. You should get used to that.
I thought,
fuck's sakes.
I thought Naked Man came back with a really inventive, funny way to bring himself back.
He's so much better than Stoner Boy's ghost. That lazy fuck.
And then Angelique Jelly came back with Angelique. It's been really carrying a storyline this week. Really cool. Max is the father. Max is the father of everybody. That's just that wasn't a surprise to me.
Best genetics in the Fed.
I think the Crows are the only people at this point not related to Max somehow.
You're too far away. And
So-
we wouldn't own up to Tony Robes anyway.
So Angelique and Mareza is
Half
our tag
sisters.
team. We'll talk about that later. Sisters and our new tag team.
But it's
One
going
of
to be on the
newest.
DL.
Oh, on the DL. Okay. Tony, before we jump into the match here with Crow and Styles, did you have any response to, you called Jason Storm out last time, and he came to see you, so all the way from Japan.
I mean,
that's pretty impressive.
It is, and I've got to give Jason Storm credit. He's got the balls, while Scared Alan Scott doesn't have the balls. Jason Storm did, and he stepped up, and obviously we had the interaction at the Proof pretty much all this week. It was good to see him. And yes, so it's good to see him. I'm sure we'll have a good match. It'll be really good to beat him and move on to Scared Alan Scott if he grows a set of balls like Storm.
All right. So we're going to jump into the match. It's still going on. So lasts until later tonight with the midnight deadline. Weedy, how you feeling? How's the match going?
I'm feeling pretty good about the match. It's been a good, fun backwards and forwards. Obviously, unfortunately, we don't have too many faces in the Fed, and it was really disappointing to see what was potentially going to be a good face absolutely show how much of a serious heel they were right before I was about to walk out and answer Cole Styles' challenge.
Yeah, I saw that.
Us heels really need some good faces, and it's a shame because Weedy spent a lot of time in Japan, and it's just sad that we don't get to see a stellar, a stellar person from those shores, and we just get this fake wannabe tweener instead.
Yeah, I was happy to see Dawson step up and use his pulpit he had as the special guest referee to call him out, not once but twice, as he keeps on chirping behind the announce table.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a brotastic matchup so far. We've had a title blitz, which is absolutely phenomenal. Everyone's chasing after Cannibal's titles, which are all over the floor. And the other thing that's slightly disturbing, I hate the fuckwit that came up with this character, but whoever came up with the nudist sister, identical twin sister of Athelia, can take a long jump off a short pier. Because, of course, that person existing and I knowing about it had to turn up at the bachelor party.
Is that part of the Society of Serious Wrestlers cloning efforts, or?
No, it's not. It's actually a legit wrestle vet from back in the day. It was someone decided to make an identical twin of my sister and make her always naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who did that, but fuck them.
Interesting. All right, so we're going to jump right into the card. Actually, we have with our first top 5 list here. So, along with the Bachelor and the Bachelorette theme, Max Olio is going to run through the top 5 veterans we want to see appear as strippers during this roleplay event.
Take it away, Lars. Number 5, Carissa Rain.
Ooh, she's getting a lot of play tonight.
She always did.
Just check 4. Weedy, just check the temperature of Techno there. I don't think he's going to be very happy.
Techno was really unimpressed with my little speech about Carissa before. We've heard fucking weed. Thanks you fuck.
All right,
number 4. Dr. Keebler.
Ooh, that's a scary sight. So that must have been a very sadistic submission there.
Number 3, Haley. Probably more sadistic.
I don't know what she's looking like these days, but
probably
that ought to be interesting.
Number 2.
Right after Gino, right?
Probably. Give me 2. Kitty Hawk.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Danger titties. Stay away from them.
Can we have number 2 and number 5 show up at the same time, please?
Oh God, yes. And number 1, XS and Static in a Chris Farley Chippendales dance battle. I'd buy that for $1.
Fat Static and Fat XS. What's that?
Everyone wants that dance battle.
Yeah. Fat Static and Fat XS going at it. These are probably spur some activity with these things.
Legs Eric would just like us to know, basically, in not so many words, that we can all go fuck ourselves.
Well,
Joke's on you. We already did.
we
Yeah,
haven't
we-
even
we
started
have-
on him.
Yeah, both Erics are very unimpressed with us at the moment.
Mm,
Sweet.
okay, so hey, we're starting the card next week on Wednesday. It lasts until Friday. Sims are due on Monday or on Friday. Sorry, and it's our store morning card, and we'll get to rolling. It's the big event is the tag team rumble this week. So we'll have a few cards before for all the folks that weren't tied to a tag team. So this is our card opener. We have two incoming, old, new to us kind of players. Welcome to the Fed. Welcome back to the Fed. We have Naked Man's Ghost versus the title holder, Cannibal, with Terry Anus, a special guest referee. Max, I'm gonna give it to you for your hot take.
How the fuck is Cannibal going to fight a ghost?
Well,
That's all
he's
I want to. I
you
don't
know-
give a shit who wins. This is going to be great.
Naked Man's been honing in his skills. He's got a little bit of physical form here and there as he starts to work. It might be ectoplasm versus
No.
Cannibal.
Let's be real here. Let's be serious for a moment here.
Mhm.
It's not going to be ectoplasm. It's going to be kid sauce.
Well, I hear, and I'll throw it to Weedy at this point because I'm really interested in hearing his take on it. Is the society is looking at possibly getting Naked Man's Ghost to physical form from the rumblings that I'm hearing.
Well, Kid himself is seriously serious about his infatuation for Naked Man. And I'm surprised he didn't kill himself when he realized Naked Man was a ghost. So I'm not surprised that our glorious leader has decided to put all of the resources in making sure this phenomenal talent has the body that we can all just look at and admire once again.
So is he going to be like Vision, floating around in some mechanical body with a fishbowl on his head?
Who knows what's going to happen? It's a fucking kid scheme.
Yeah, you got.
They tend to get they tend to be all right and all wrong at the same time.
All right. What's your take? Who ends up winning if there's any kind of physicality?
all of us.
The only way I see Cannibal winning is if he somehow manages to drink Naked Ghost, and yeah, that's not going to go well.
And Terry Anus for an your pleasure. Tony, do you have any comments on this?
I mean, come on, really? We all know this isn't going to be a match. It's stupid calling this a match. It's not going to be a match. It's two comedy wrestlers doing comedy wrestler things. I'm sure it'll be really entertaining, but there's no match here. Though I will say, it's interesting that Terry Anus seems to be getting a little bit jealous of Naked Man. I wonder what will happen there.
Just a quick question from the boards for you, Tony. What's it like in Scotland at this time of year?
Shut the fuck up, Weedy. Bitch.
Tony, were you interested in being in this match? Because I could arrange that. We could serious it up, you know.
Lars, if you do that, I quit. I'm done. I'm walking
Lars
away.
fucking
Is that it?
now.
Is that all I got to do?
I will Benny quit again. But for reals this time.
All right, we got another top five. Top five wedding gifts for PP and Miss Ophelia.
Woohoo.
Call it up.
Hit me. Number 5, Narcan pens filled with oversell area to keep that love alive.
Weedy, is that a good idea? Is that from you?
No, it's not a fucking idea from me. I would give them the opposite. The opposite. I want to cure it as quickly as I fucking can.
No cellitis, huh?
No, we just
Ready for
need to
number
cure
four?
the oversell area. Like, this person isn't interesting without it.
Number 4, some charisma for person.
Tony, I think
See,
that
now
maybe
that right there, that's a top quality wedding gift. You're welcome.
You can't put money on that.
who would provide that charisma to person?
Tony,
I mean,
he's
you
not
have
having
it.
my charisma. He's not taking my heat. I don't think so. Let him carry on being a little jobber. No thanks.
number three,
Number three?
extra strong coffee to prevent person from laying down for no reason.
Oh, there was a reason. There was a reason.
Number two, replacing everything that says person peoples with person crow.
That's probably the best.
He'll have a
one.
real name.
I'm
That's
surprised you resisted the urge to do the crow people joke that has been going around on Discord at the moment.
That's just too easy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, you ready for number one?
Hit me. All of the Plan B morning after pill. And I mean all of it.
We don't need person people juniors and the seconds going around here like Tony Rhodes the second, do we?
Don't put
No.
me in the same category as PP. Don't do that. But I do agree. A second one would be terrible.
Charismatic person peoples the second.
But
No. Just
No?
How about an all expenses paid past a doctor abortion? Get that Ride-A-Rama pass.
All right, our next match, head to head. It's been heating up. We have Faith going up against Ernest and his badass bodybuilder bitch.
That doesn't exist.
Well, it's Tiffany Cufflinks that doesn't know how to wrestle but just knows how to lift,
Mm-hmm.
and he does
She
not
could
give
live
any
for it.
does not give any consent.
Yeah, if he thought it was scarring to meet Max the last card, well, Faith's gonna fuck his world up.
I'm pretty sure that's what this is being set up for. Weedy, what do you think?
I have really been enjoying Ernest. I think the
Yes.
second post of Ernest made me blow legit snot bubbles. It was that
I will
funny.
say this. We could find a spot for Ernest somewhere, like maybe as another backstage interviewer, secondary to Shelley, if he wants to retire as a in-ring performer and just be an e-fetter, and he could be a interviewer in back. What do you think, Tony?
I think that's probably the best place, the safest place for him. I'm surprised he's still here after what Max did to him, though what that match turned into was
That was jazz.
Yes.
well, I don't think Faith likes to play jazz, so I'm really not holding out much hope for Ernest this week.
Yep. I think this will go south really quick, and a
Yep.
lot of stuff will have to go back into the boner show. We may have to preempt that with
No,
commercials.
not this match. This match won't get bonered.
We'll see. All right, we have a legitimate match. Tony, I'm going to let you have first crack at this. We have mnemonics, or pentatonics, as Max likes to call him, against the former Pure Wrestling champion and challenger to Wheaties Throne today, and we'll see how that goes. This may be a title match.
Very interesting, because I see it there billed as a pure wrestling match, which means it tells me this was gonna be a pure wrestling defense, was it? So not only did KSI steal the title, but he's also ruining the Power Base's booking and everything by doing this. Am I correct? This was supposed to be a pure wrestling title match.
It wasn't booked as a championship match, but I booked it as a pure wrestling match because a little birdie tells me that as soon as Coles is able to, he's going right after that dirty face, KSI, and getting his pure wrestling championship back.
as he should.
Respectfully.
And if he needs any help,
Respectfully, after everybody's had time to recover, and it's the appropriate booking.
that's good, as he should. He should have the title stripped from him. But you know, the power base only punishes the heels in FedEx, which actually makes sense as to why he's done it. Because he's a heel, but he's pretending to be. Maybe I'm a face now. By the way, I'm a face. I'm a good guy. Fans cheer me, so maybe now the power base will be nice to me.
So it's interesting. Dawson called that out as you know, that's a good guy tactic of calling out the dirty faces that wanted to be a face but did heel things, but they didn't want to have to answer to them. That's what the good guys did. That was their thing. And those faces got so frustrated they just couldn't handle it. They just like short circuited. So it's interesting. We'll see how that all turns out.
It's fine. It's fine. KSI will leave after two losses anyway, because you know he can't handle losing. So he'll be off, and I'm sure we'll get a new character on the roster. But to move on to the match, I think this will probably be a good match. And I don't know much about Mnemonics. Cole Styles is an annoying twat, but should be a good match. Should be interesting. And the first actual match on the card.
I think
So, you know,
Mnemonics, Dave is his first name. I think him coming from the Blitzkrieg faction, I think this is the classic heel face matchup that you know, maybe will be the kind of the star of the show with the singles matches for sure on this card.
Indeed.
I just got to quickly jump in from the comment section here. Jay-Z would like to comment that Tony wishes he was a good guy so bad, that's why he keeps calling out to Alan. As soon as Alan comes out, he's swerving you new breed assholes. He just wants to ride him, like Dave wants to ride Tony.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Scared Alan Scott isn't going to come out, because Scared Alan Scott's a little bitch and won't face Tony Rhodes in the ring. So I don't have to worry about that.
We're not assholes. Zims is the one hijacking the bachelorette party, unbeknownst to anybody just yet. He's the limo driver, so we'll see how that ends.
I seriously have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, Max. Any comments on this one? How this is going to go? Any insights on Mnemonics, who's barely new to all of us?
Well, Pentatonics can take a punch. That much is for sure. But I haven't seen anything of his skills in the ring. And Cole's done his thing. So we'll really get a good test of the new blood here.
Well, let's call it like it is. Cole's the top face in the Fed.
He's the top face in the Fed.
He's the top face. There's no doubt about it.
And I've just been told to tell you, Lars, that Mnemonics is not a part of the bloodline. Well, isn't with the bloodline.
It does not have any real
He's not
blood.
one of us. He's just Techno's boy.
But if they started a stable today called Blitzkrieg, he'd be in it. Possibly, probably.
You'd think so.
Yeah. All right, and we have a special Consumers Corner with the terrific one himself, terrific Tony Rhodes. I won't give away too much on this because I think this might be a recorded segment. So we will enjoy this one. That's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure all eyes will be on Consumers Corner this week.
Of course.
All right, and that brings us to once a month, the first part of every month, we are allowing Max to do his Max Entropy Invitational. It says results up there. Apologize for that. But this is the reveal of the match. So Max, take it away.
All right. For the second edition of the Max Entropy Invitational, we've got Jonas Zims, who is arguably the workhorse of the Society of Serious Wrestlers. Weedy, you can attest to this one for sure.
He's a fucking asset and a half to the SOSW. I'm so glad that he's with us.
I would say right now he's the number 2 face in the Federation.
Face
Yes.
against Deacon Brody, who flat out impressed me, or I should say knocked Max's brain bucket completely off and kicked his ass in the Harbinger, rankings. And true to the word, he's the second one in. And because
let me just say, Deacon's probably the number 3 face in this Federation right now.
So, bearing in mind that they're both faces, of course I'm going to book them in the Invitational where there's unique rules. And as a little bonus for round 1's win, I'm going to start a tradition where the previous month's winner is the guest announcer. So the profit will be, well, Snow's side, because the booking is what we call the Arctic Enema. In deference to how cheap Federation X has to keep things, there's obviously a pool on the grounds at Bomber Mansion, and some fool never drained it. So the whole point is you have a match on the frozen pool. To win, you must put your opponents through the ice without going in yourself. Because if you both get in, you got to climb the fuck back out and keep on going.
I have a question. So you're saying the Prophet's probably the most heel thing about this match at ring?
Easily.
At ringside. Okay.
Easily the most heel if you don't count Hank. Yep.
Well, Hank's not actually going to do anything other than
No,
talk.
but still he heel. But yeah, easily said. And the winner, instead of a third man in contract, because there's plenty, there's a new little reward. This one's called a booking veto. You have the right to look at a booking on the card and say, fuck that, and the match is nullified.
So you can back out of any match and swap it with any other match, any other individual's match on the card, non-championship.
You can look at someone's booking and go, nope. And then the power base has to rebook it.
Or you can say I want, but you can
Or
say
I want that match. Yeah.
Right. Non-championship, obviously.
That's a unique reward. I can't wait to see how that plays out.
Well, think about it this way.
I think you've wasted a bit giving it to face versus face, though. That would have been a great heel.
I think that's where you're mistaken. Because as Tony has pointed out on numerous occasions, the power base has booking preferences. Is that right, Tony? Is that how you put it?
That's 100% accurate.
Okay. Magnificent over here. These guys think tactically. So
I would
something
agree.
like this, something going down that isn't on the straight up and up for whatever reason, they can use that to their advantage or to benefit someone else.
These two are storytellers, and they're gonna want to tell a story with this. Yeah. I would think this plays right into these two's wheelhouse. They're interested in telling a story and moving things along. They'll wait for the greatest time for them to take advantage of it and tell their best storyline.
This is a sleeper reward. Yes.
Yeah.
So just a quick thing from the comments. I can't tell if it's Storm or Maverick, as has already been pointed out and is canon. I can't tell them apart, especially in the chat. But Storm or Maverick was just like super surprised. We have faces. And I've got to say, if you haven't done some work with Deacon Brody, yeah, absolutely. He's a great face, a good character to get involved with.
100%. He's trying to help Omega along to be a better face. He really is. But Omega's in with the wrong crowd. They're dragging him down. How can you be a face amongst Carnage Ed and KSI at this point?
How can you be a face and have a thing for Amareza?
Well, that's yeah.
Guys, you said it wrong. It's Maximum Carnage.
Oh, Maximum Carnage.
You need Short Ed. Yeah.
All right. Well, good deal. This one's going to be a blast to see. I think these two can write and write well.
And there's gonna be fucking post caps this time, you bastard.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So post caps, you'll provide all the details to us. We'll have it on the card a few days in advance, and they'll rip it up.
Yeah, congratulations, both Jay-Z and Deacon. You've absolutely earned this opportunity.
Absolutely, no doubt. So we have our last top five. The top 5 places, we're going to see Gino stalking the new breed because he's going to be everywhere, right? So he's literally going to be everywhere.
Number 5, at a Panic at the Disco or Fall Out Boy concert.
Stalking the new. Oh
Okay.
God, I got it. The emo side.
Gmo. See, you should say Gmo up there. Number 4, Tony and Tori's private presidential suite. Tony, is there something you need to tell us?
What's going
I
on,
haven't
Tony?
sealed the deal yet. She's off becoming a referee. I haven't sealed the deal yet.
Well, I would check your sheets before you go any further.
Number 3, Maverick Dawson's cowboy hat.
He's
100%.
literally going to be in the cowboy hat.
Number 2, Axel Hendrix's dad's belt closet. Or number 1, hiding under Chip Martin's Enacto Lazy Boy.
Inactive Chip Martin's going to have inactive company with inactive Gino.
Jason Miller is just letting us know that he knew he should have skipped this show. And yeah, you should have.
Yet he couldn't look away.
Hold on. Wait. He's on my shelf. Fuck off, Gino. Get away. Piss off, man. He's just hanging out on my shelf. What are you doing?
He's everywhere.
All right, so that brings us to the main deal. We're going to do a tag team rumble, which is our first, very, very first tag team rumble we've ever done. And we have a total of 13 teams for this rumble, which is going to be interesting because we have a lot of people that on here, a lot of solid players over the years, a lot of legends, a lot of people who've been around a long time that have probably never interacted with each other. So I expect this to be pure and utter chaos. But if you look at it, there's some when you look at it, it looks like maybe New Breed's got 3 teams in. Maybe Society of Serious Wrestlers maybe has 2 teams. Maybe they're free-birding it. I'm not sure. We're working on that. And it looks like the real big surprise this week is we have also like 2 or 3 new teams that just popped up, including a dead guy teaming with the delusional Dave Diamond. So we'll go down the line here with that. But before we start to name out any individual teams, what are your thoughts, Max?
Well, this is going to be a clusterfuck. That's my thought. And I thrive in clusterfucks. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, do you think it'll be done in 3 days? Do you think it's going to go to 4?
It depends on how you have the entrances and the actual mechanics of the sim working out, because I think that's going to be the big.
Depends on how active the first day is. It depends on how active the first day is.
True.
Right, because we should have the rules up here, but you have until 9 p.m. to enter your team the first day, and but you are required to do some action on that first day. So we'll post the result, the actual rules of it, but there will be requirements that'll force you to actually do some things to get yourself out there. Weedy, before we begin on the individual teams, what are your thoughts? This is, rumbles aren't something that we always do. It's like once a year thing, but they're very special and very cool to be a part of.
Rumbles are really hard, and honestly, I can't remember actually partaking full on in them normally. But it does sort of remind me of like the old national RP events where just the whole Fed would rock up to sell this scenario, and you had to work out how to sell 20 different people in your post. to
Yeah.
try. So I haven't done that kind of thing in well over a decade. So time to
Being
see if I
able
can see if we can all swim in the deep end.
Yeah, being able to be a part of our FedEx Rumbles and the Wrestle monthly events, they feel like that, but there's more activity because more people want to sell you in a Rumble than in those USOB events. Tony, do I even need? Go ahead.
I never really spend much time in the USOB, obviously, because I just the Weedy is into all kinds of drugs. He experiments, loves his weed, but just wasn't into the steroids.
Cheers, bro.
Tony, I know the answer I'm going to get from you, but I'm going to go to you anyway.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to agree with what Max said. It's going to be an absolute clusterfuck to determine our first champions. And Ganja Ninja and the Oddfather could become the tag team champions.
Samite and Valentine.
Tony, you're missing something here. If the Pimpin' Pot Express win the championship, you're the #1 contender. What the fuck are you crying about?
Because we should have been the champions weeks ago. We had a title match at the first card, tag team title match, and they took it away.
Hold on. Max is incorrect. The top eliminators.
#1 contenders?
The top eliminators in this Rumble will be the #1 contender.
Oh, it's a double shuffle.
I just don't know what's going on in the power base's heads. I know that.
Tony, are you not
out of touch?
Can you not be the top eliminator? Can you not win this thing?
We should be champions already.
Hey,
We
Tony,
should already be the
the more you
champions.
bitch,
Who deserves
the
it
more you
more?
make yourself a target in the Rumble.
Who
I know
deserves it
you're not
more?
accustomed to this shit, but keep talking. They're gonna be coming.
Who deserves it more? Who deserves it more?
You're gonna
We
get
do.
a fist in the ass, Tony.
Okay, so we don't have to talk about #1, so we'll talk about #2. The Old Guard comes in and ranked #2 tag team. Very conflictive. We have total heel against conflicted face, trying to be face, but yet trying to hold it together. Who says he's not gonna turn on Carnage.
I think this is going to be interesting. Like, who's going to annoy the roster so much that the whole roster turns on them first? Maximum Carnage or Tony Robes? I'm going to put bets up on that one.
All right. So
I'll take that action.
I need to adjust this, Weed Man. So this is we're allowing a free bird kind of situation.
What? Why?
No.
Why?
Whoever.
I'll explain, Toby. I'll explain, Tony. Sorry, not Toby. Because of how heavy all this gold that the SOSW is carrying, we are implementing the free bird rule. Just so you know, carrying the Fed isn't as hard on us. That said, because Jay-Z has been accepted into the Invitational, this particular match, it will be the Kansas Kid and Kieran Crow. But in the future, yes, Jay-Z, Kieran Crow, the Kansas Kid, we will be freebirding this shit.
Do I need to say it? Do I need to say it?
It will be a pain in the ass to do, but it'll be up to you to do it. So if you want to do it, you're going to want to do it.
Yep.
Because you got to, yeah.
We're on top of it.
Okay.
We're serious about it. Don't worry, Lars.
All right. And Max, we have aggravated assault. #4. They've been up in the top 5 all this time too. So what do you say?
I say this is going to be a real mean time. That last time we had a tag match, Max was still too broken to really know what was going on. He's had a little bit of time to medicate. You might see more of the intoxicated Prodigy come out than usual.
I would say Jelly being around kind of gets his head on a little straighter all of a sudden.
Well, he did cut a deal with Bad Spock.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we have the now the top face tag team in the H&H Connection after winning their match against the Anus sisters.
And I hate to remind Tony, but the team, and Jay-Z would also like to remind, this is the team with the most tag wins in Federation X currently.
Well, on the
Unlike
card.
new-
On cards. Yep.
Unlike the new breed, the H&H Connection have the most tag wins.
Because we never get booked because we're too busy carrying the singles division.
Well,
Both me and
I would
Maverick
say-
Dawson have been pushed into singles runs because they don't want us to get over. They don't want us to have the titles because Dick is Alan Scott's little puppet. And he doesn't want the new breed at the top because he's scared that he's going to have to come out and face Tony Rhodes. That's why.
I will say this is if Hugger and Daniels showed up more, they'd be in a higher ranking. There's no doubt.
Can I
Oh,
just out
absolutely.
of character real quick? Just
Yeah.
social appreciation to Off Hugger for that post he did, the Cole Styles search for
Yes.
a tag pack. That was top
Excellent.
notch.
Oh, that was so good. I was so serious about how good it was. I gave him one of those crappy Tapper Talk fucking gifts that you can do.
I would say that's the post of the week.
Easily.
Yeah.
That was so
big,
good.
big shout out off. Good stuff. And then we have the New Breeds #2 tag team in Axel Hendricks and Bucky. Bucky paid a little return service to Weedy yesterday. Yeah.
He did. And I'll admit, maybe, you know, I was a bit frenzied the day before the pay-per-view. Maybe I was trying to build heat up for the match just a little bit too much. I didn't realize that, you know, his $6 billion arm costs like $6 billion to fix. Axel is in the chat, and pretty much we just got a generic fuck you guys, but I'm pretty sure that's just his character. I'm pretty sure he fucking hates everybody as much as his dad hates him.
Tell you what, Weedy, and I can't wait to see what Chip Martin does when he returns. I'm sure he will have vengeance. The little boy will have vengeance on his mind. I don't know, Tony,
By the way, by the way, unrelated, I just want to say I love chips. Chips. That's right. I love chips. They're great.
We move on to the number 7th ranked tag team in Acid Ed and Man of War, taking their win last week at the pay-per-view, or a couple weeks back at the pay-per-view. Nice to see the new future return.
I want to say these guys, and I'm not the first person to say it, it's come up in the chat, total dark horses. And, you know, Acid Ed and I have like rolled a couple of times, but nothing too serious. But Manowar fought him in the King of Wrestling. Absolute top 3 Weedy matches of all time is Weedman and Manowar. So I really hope they stick around and we see more of them, because it would just be awesome for the Fed.
I agree. Having Man of War around has been awesome. We'd love to see him stay with us and hang with us. That'd be great. Very welcome to it. Max, you got any thoughts about the new future?
Yeah,
which is kind of funny.
Definite dark horses there. I mean, Acid Ed's the other half of the Vomit Kings of Chicago, for fuck's sake. I'm really looking forward to see what happens when Ed meets Short Ed.
Okay, and then we bring up number 8, the Blitzkrieg, Technos and Techno's sidekick.
Hey, that's not nice. Storm will
I
kick
didn't
you
do
for
it.
that.
You can talk to Dick about that one.
Oh, I thought Maverick put you up to it.
No, that's all Dick. Tony, after seeing the Blitzkrieg face to face and going at it with them in the bar, what do you think about their tag skills? What do you think they're going to bring to the table here?
Look, Tony Rhodes will be honest. He's not going to talk bollocks. He's not going to lie. And I've got great respect for Techno and Techno's sidekick. I think they're great wrestlers. They've done a lot of things. You know, the titles, you know, they're absolutely amazing, but they're not as good as the new breed. So while I'm happy to see them there, they're still going over the top. They know that.
That's a good question, and it's something we haven't been talking about is before we move on to and get everybody else's commentary on Blitzkrieg. I want to go back to who the biggest guy in the ring's going to be, and it's going to be Ove Hugger by far.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I wonder if he's going to rack up some eliminations really quick. Or
Are you forgetting exactly how horizontal Technos is? Because, I reckon they might be much of a muchness.
they
hey,
have to
don't
all
talk bad
tuck
about
his
the ring sweeper.
Good, solid point. Max, any comments on Blitzkrieg other than what we've heard?
Well, hey, I love Blitzkrieg. They may have wrecked my bar, but still.
Yeah, you can't
It's
call them a
family.
dark horse.
That's family. They're not a dark horse. In fact,
yeah.
I wouldn't call them a favorite, but I'd call them a definite surprise to a lot of the more established teams that are currently running because they haven't seen Blitzkrieg.
Yeah. I loved it. I love to see their name on our tag rankings, honestly, and it's gonna be fun to see him in action. Gonna have a blast to interact with them for sure, and I hope everybody else sees that as a real treasure.
So we actually do have Blitzkrieg in the chat, and Storm reckons he's going to throw everyone out. So I'm guessing you're saying you're going to toss people around, like I tossed around Techno's ex in the bedroom.
Next, we have tag team might with Valentine and Samite showing up to fight the new future and at the pay-per-view. Tony, I saw that big sigh. What's your problem, bud? You down?
Just random tag teams just throwing together and they've got a chance to win. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
It's one team, Tony.
There's not one team. There's about 6 teams there that don't deserve to be anywhere near the tag team titles. No. There's about 12 teams there that do not deserve to be anywhere near the tag team titles.
Keep chirping, Tony.
Weedman, what's your odds on Valentine and Samite?
If they'd actually show up, they could be a great addition. But we haven't seen Valentine do anything of note.
Oh, he'll show up for a card, I imagine that, especially a Blitz.
But yeah, if looking at all the people who've got so far in Valentine, I expect the shots to the balls to shoot up 8,000%. That's just the kind of person Valentine is.
Yep.
Another person, by the way, that would also probably be the best match in Weedman's career, right there against Valentine. Not too familiar with Samite. I've read their posts, but I really don't know what's going on with it. So I might have to bring you up to speed on that one.
Samite is jazz.
Think miniature version of a pygmy warrior.
Samite's the smallest one in the ring.
What's the persona? What's his persona? Superfly Jimmy Snuka miniature version.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do something that makes me sick to the core of my being.
And mostly naked.
Tony, you're right.
I am right. Thank you.
Oh, that hurts. That hurt a lot.
There
are too many jobber teams in this thing. It's going to be a clusterfuck.
That brings us to Max, the waves of time.
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash. Trash.
Sorry. The old guard's number two
that's
team.
A throw together team if I ever saw one.
The old guard's number 2 team. They're getting some numbers. KSI and Our Father. I don't know if Our Father knows what he signed up for, but we'll see what that goes.
He didn't even realize he was in fucking space. You think he knew he was signing up for a Rumble?
I expect the boys from the back are going to make KSI feel as welcome as they deserve to be at this point.
Well, it doesn't
People
get
just no sell their own characters to put KSI in their place at this point.
well, it doesn't get any better. Well, maybe it gets a little better because you actually have a Fantastico and Delusional Dave Diamond in the Gordita connection.
What the fuck's a dead guy doing in the Rumble? I love Dave.
I would like to get some live comments from Dave, if you would. That'd be great.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, cool. And Eric is absolutely. If we can get some comments from Dave about this opportunity, that would be awesome. I'll keep an eye out for them.
Absolutely.
But a note to my serious tag partner, maybe we don't get like too specific about dead people not being allowed in the match. You know, I seriously think that doesn't work for me.
You might get hungry.
He's not
I'm
really
fucking
living.
starving, man. This is the first time I've been able to open my mouth since the pay-per-view.
Yep, this is happening. I got your crowbar.
I didn't think Gorilla Glue spray was that potent, but apparently is.
I have been informed that Fantastico is not dead. Although at the same time, while Dead said Fantastico is not dead, apparently he's going to be a beautiful resurrection creation. I shudder to think how Dave is going to try and make that work.
I hope it involves jumper cables and a car battery.
At the very least,
it'll be like the young Frankenstein up in this role play in the next couple days, I would imagine.
He's not dead. He's just mortally challenged.
He's just pining.
And then Max, we have a nameless tag team. You know, if you don't have a tag team name, I get to make up some silly ass.
You know what? You know what? May as well just call them the Daughters of Chaos.
Okay, Daughters of DOK. Damn it! I was hoping that made.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, son of a bitch. What have I done? Oh, never mind. We're good.
So close.
Damn it.
I think the Fed's got enough dicks as it is.
So we have an all-female tag team. Max, would you like to have the floor about explaining yourself with this all-female tag team and how we're going to have to deal with the very tough females that are in Daughters of Chaos?
Yeah, I think I would end up knocked out at least 4 times. So I have no advice for you. Let's be honest. Let's be serious for a moment here.
All right,
Katie, back me up.
Yeah. I just got very distracted by Axel Hendricks, who posted the comment, 2 girls, 1 ring, and I'm just, oh, dude. Like,
dude, they're sisters. What is wrong in your family?
That is terrible. You need to get your daddy to spank you more. It obviously didn't take.
Daddy's belt was
Axel not only has daddy issues, he's got.
You want someone's daddy issues? You can shut the fuck up, Axel. That tag team's got you whooped.
All right, Tony, I'm gonna throw it to you with this last one. The lucky number 13. We have the Ganja Ninja and the Odd Father just showing up a couple days ago, and they're having a hell of a time. Maybe I should ask Weedy first. I mean, they're hankering to move in on your territory, and you're tied up with this bachelor thing. It's kind of a weird thing.
And you know, I think we'll be able to collaborate because the Ganja Ninja is my most loyalist customer. Seriously.
Okay.
Just since they rocked up this week, my walking around money has skyrocketed.
Hey, he can't be spending more money than Max.
You know what? He's coming up. He's coming up to it.
Oh shit! I gotta step that up then.
See, the thing is he's got a bunch of like the Oddfather's hoes to distribute to as well. So, like, he's totally middlemaning that shit.
Oh, so it's
whereas you're just personally doing it. Yeah.
He's a distributor. He's a distributor.
take-
Still's not your top customer.
Hey, Max is my favorite customer. Gunja Ninja, my most loyalist.
I love the Ganja Ninja's use of the Ultimo Dragon. It's kind of
Oh,
near
it's
and dear.
beautiful.
Amazing.
It's wonderful. I do love that. So before we move on and we talk about Rumbles as a whole and tag teams as a whole, and kind of just take our time to talk about that. We called out. I mean, there's a couple wild cards here. There's a couple people, a couple teams here. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. But who's your wild card pick? I'll start with you, Max.
Well, obviously, I'm picking aggravated assault.
Okay, I can't argue
fine.
with that.
What so that doesn't qualify as a wild card?
Well,
Is that what you're saying? We're not
no,
a wild
I
card?
said I can't argue with that. I said in the middle of chaos. I mean, I can't argue with that. That makes
Okay.
total sense to me.
My wild card pick then, shock and awe.
Oh,
Bucky
Okay.
and Axe, they live to fight, and there's faces to punch all over the place in a Rumble. I think you're going to see a surprise showing out of shock
No.
and awe.
no, hey, I want to see the moment Axel actually meets his grandfather, Acid Ed, in the ring.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That's probably his real dad or his real grandfather. We'll see.
That means Joe Power's his dad?
Maybe. I don't know.
That explains why he hates him.
Weedy, who's your pick without going all SOSW on us?
Like I said before, I think it's the new future. You can't always, assuming we get like Acid Ed from 20 years ago, and teamed up with Manowar. That's a team that's going to be really hard to top. Manowar is not a small person.
I'm pretty sure of all these people, Acid Ed's probably the only one that's actually won a Rumble. Maybe I'm wrong, but looking at this list, that's the only one I recall ever winning one.
Yeah,
For
it just
sure.
depends on which version of the new future we get.
True.
Tony?
Although I so want to see Acid Ed face off against Maximum Carnage. Who doesn't want that?
We all are waiting for that.
Tony, who do you have as your wild card for this chaos ridden event?
Are you seriously asking me that question?
Yeah.
So who do I think is going to win?
Of course.
Are you seriously asking me that question? Do I need to answer
Tony,
it?
I had to answer that question.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody
Your
who knows
answer is-
me knows I don't like repeating myself. I don't like saying the same thing over and over and over again. I hate it. But I'm going to do it right now because the New Breed are going to win. They're the only team that deserves to win. They're the only team that should win. That's it.
God, I feel bad for Maverick Dawson.
I am gonna go out on a limb and say I have a real strong feeling that the H&H Connection is going to do very, very well in this match.
That's fair.
Yep, they're on the streak. They're the most winning tag team on cards we've seen so far in the reboot. So
Why aren't the number one then?
The chat definitely, there's some thirsty people in the chat that are clearly upset that they haven't had their names mentioned. Bite us, this is our opinions, not yours.
Yeah, don't even fucking mention them. They might get
No,
mentioned.
they know who they
later.
are. They know who they are.
we've mentioned a lot of people. We went through the entire roster.
Mostly.
So, all right. So we're gonna chill out a second here and talk about Dream Tag Team Rumbles. Like in the past, like kind of what would be your dream, like top 3 tag teams? That doesn't necessarily have to be, who's in the Fed or who's not in the Fed, or the combination of some. We talked about this kind of pre-show. It can kind of be any different era, any different set of characters or alts or what have you. Kind of what are your top 3 tag teams that you would be thrilled to see kind of compete in a Rumble like this? I'll throw it to you first, Max.
See, I wasn't much in the tag action. I mean, I had a couple long runs, but one team that stands out, I would love to see Team Manchowder. Biggie and Av. Vigilante and Av Terror as Team Manchowder back in CWA was ridiculous. You had Tony's kind of serious action backed up by Manchowder. It's kind of like haterade for your mouth.
We talked about a sleeper combination. To kind of give a backstory, Max and I were running alts in CyberSlam at one point in time, and we didn't know we didn't quite know who was running each other, and we ended up tag teaming together. We didn't know until years afterwards, and we won the championships, and we were in the indies and stuff like that. And it was a real quick, like 1 or 2 months.
It was the IAPWF.
Yeah.
Thunder Kiss and Chernobyl.
The Thunder Kiss and Chernobyl. Let's do a shout out to those days. It was kind of funny to hear about that years in the past, and we never knew who we were each other.
You were him?
Yeah. Weedy, any tag teams you want to throw out? Kind of dream scenarios?
Before I do that, I'd love to give the chat some love.
Yeah,
we've
please.
got some interesting team names. Kid suggests Virtue Knights, which is one
Yes.
I haven't heard for a while.
Yeah.
The Gothic
Could be.
Warriors.
Very as a commissioner, I will say awesome to have in your Fed, because you just keep on chopping. They just keep on chopping into the CAG division. And back in the days of the CCW, the High Court, them and the High Court were very, very competitive, for sure.
Jay-Z would like to see the Wild Stallions.
Yes.
And, we all want the Big O to come back, or Ridgeway. Like, seriously, if someone can get in contact with Ridgeway, because he guided FedEx through the worst of times, and we'd like him to see some of the best of times.
Yep. If anybody knows Ben Jenkins, reach out to him, or send us an email, or send us the contact information for Ben. We'd love to have him back and take part in this resurgence that we have. He put a lot of work into trying to keep things afloat, in the good times and in the bad times. We'd love to have him back with us in the community for sure. So if anybody's got any details on how to reach him, let us know.
Axel has given us the Rock and Roll Express, which is Soap Opera Man and Mags, not Magnificent. The original Mags.
Yep.
Apparently he was great. There's a lot of love for Mags after they got mentioned.
Mags is awesome. Was awesome.
Johnny XS and Static from Techno.
They're stripping.
I never really saw much of Static. When I saw Static, like, it must have been after it'd been around for a while, because they were already making, back when I was in my prime, they were already making the old and fat jokes about Static back then.
Yeah. Fat Static, literally holding down the table.
Another one from Techno, Manitoba and Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot a bunch of us back in the day used
Wow,
like actual
yeah.
wrestling characters.
Yep.
Rude and Acid Ed.
Hate.
Look.
Ooh. Good pull.
That's not even my favorite Acid Ed tag team.
Rude will not come back while I'm active. It's as simple as that.
Is Jordan still on the chat?
Oh no, he disappeared right at the start. He basically said, "Oh, you know what? I've got Weedy, a Hall of Fame root out. And it's like,
Okay,
and yeah,
sure.
that Hall of Fame doesn't mean nothing for a person who is as free as he is.
He knew you were just going to body him, and he just left.
Ran
Yeah,
away
I
to
reckon.
Cup Cats.
We've got the Hot Girls coming in from Storm, which is a real blast from the past there. I'd forgotten about the
Yeah,
Hot Girls.
yeah.
The original Twitter lesbians.
I would say, but I want to back up there. I would say my favorite Acid Ed tag team is old school with when the Mad Bomber was on, him and Ed were just solid.
Yeah. So I thought of my own, of course. At 3, Brute Bernard and Of Terror were a bit of a thing back in the day, if I remember correctly, and I might not.
Listen to Off showing up on all these tag teams. There's a rhyme and reason going on there for that, isn't it? That's pretty cool.
One personal for me, I know I'm serious right now, and I'm serious about being serious, but I would love, even if it was just for a Rumble, to have High Voltage do a reunion. Weedman and Amp.
Yeah.
Like, just to do maybe 1 or 2 episodes of How to Be a Heel. I love that fucking show. I miss it.
Absolutely.
And my number 1, partially because just let me get one fucking win over Strife. I think it was Strife and XS were briefly a thing in NGPW. And also because at the time, had some booted blades in my thing, and I always, every single time, loved getting a knife stuck in Strife's leg. Every single chance.
His fake leg.
Yeah, of course. The one part of Strife that I didn't want to eat.
I'm gonna hold mine until after the Terrific One gives his recommendations on dream tag teams he would like to see.
Well, I don't have 3. I've got 1.
Okay.
Because the New Breed are already in it. I know the teams are relevant. But the one team I would like to show up, if it was up to me, is Team SBFF of Scared Alan Scott and GMO side. I would absolutely love for them to turn up. But it's not up to me. It's up to them. And one of them's terrified, hiding out in Canada somewhere. And the other one's my bitch. So they're probably not going to show up anytime soon. But if it was up to me, I'd get them to show up.
Easy, cheap heat, Tony. Easy, cheap heat.
X-Pac heat.
I was going to say, I've never had as much fun with playing Lars as a character, as a wrestler, as I had whenever he and Marlowe teamed up and were masked in the I think it was the Keebler Federation that he ran. I can't remember the abbreviations. Maybe CEW.
Was it UCE? UCE.
UCE. Yeah. Yep. So really feuded with Grigory Rasputin, and we were masked for like a solid month, and we just tore it up and had a blast with it. And that was before we unmasked, and Lars was an actual, came back to be an actual wrestler after being a commissioner for all that time. So that would be fun. Hearing of Terror on all these lists, Lasher and Ov were a thing for a really long time. That'd be fun to bring back and see everyone. That's kind of a interesting thing to think about. And then I already said Ed and the Mad Bomber, which Mad Bomber is always around. He's around during our first part of the reboot. Hopefully we can get him back eventually. He had some personal things going on. He said he'd be back soon, but hopefully we can see that happen too. You never know. All right, so we already talked about the one tag team that would just show up and probably win. I think that kind of encompasses the tag teams that we would like to see. So we kind of already mentioned that. Kind of reviewing, it's been a little. Go ahead.
Aren't we going to go about the fuck that team? That one team you don't want to see show up?
Okay, go ahead. So the one team,
Yeah.
one team you don't want to see show up because they'll probably come in and win the entire thing.
I don't remember what the fuck they were called, but Anal Hunter and Ass Juggler. Angel Hunter and Ash Jungler, because they did so many fucking roids, they'd walk in and the sim would just fail.
You know, I've
those
heard from
guys.
Angel Hunter, he's lurking, and he is considering a return. So we'll keep on prodding him.
There's your plug, motherfucker.
So Keith, if you're around and you're watching us, we welcome you to the fold. Anybody else have any like strong feelings like that are just like total dominant? If they show up, they're definitely going to win it. That weren't already on your list.
So remember back in the day, any team that Battlestone was in, just like fuck off you and you roided out bastard.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody from the chat have a mention on that?
A lot of them are still like back at our previous topic. It would seem. We missed out on the Toxic Twins. My thing just fucked up, so move on, and I'll see if I can get something back. Sure. I just lost the chat.
So we took a look, and we only got back to 2011, and we started to search Rumbles, and we should have some more data, but didn't have the time to kind of dig in any further than what it was. But of the last, obviously, you can see of the last 5 years of existence, before FedEx shut down the last time, here are 5 or so scenarios of kind of who won Rumbles that we had in the past. Of course, never tag team Rumbles. These were all singles. 2011, there was an Icon Rumble with Kyrian Redhead. I don't even remember that character. Maybe he was an alt of somebody.
He wasn't even a redhead.
Yeah, it was a Cody Rhodes, dark-haired guy, right? Won it, and Raylan Hearn was the top eliminator on that one. 2012, we have a sponsor wars. It's a pretty big one, right? So Genocide won that one for sponsor wars, and Jeremy Redmond was a top eliminator along with Alan Scott.
Wow, 2012 was a big year for Creamers, yeah?
Yeah, apparently.
Real big year for Creamers.
Yeah, sponsor wars Rumble too. That was a big one.
That was the 2012 was a good vintage for the game in general.
2013, we have all Miranda. We have Miranda winning a Rumble, and Miranda as the top eliminator.
Yeah, from this point, you can actually see year on year how much the game itself kind of took a nosedive, unfortunately.
You can, unfortunately. And then you had the Great Lakes Championship Wrestling Television Battle Royal, where Dragon, who was, I think, a alt of Dice, possibly?
That's him.
Won a Rumble. Dice won a Rumble. Holy moly. How did that happen?
I remember Dragon when I was a rookie in NGPW, and if you wanted someone to role play match action, you got Dragon because you've got 5 fucking pages of it and nothing else. Yeah, you got a subplot or a storyline in your match? Nah, forget that. It's all match action.
Play to your strengths, I guess.
And then the very last Rumble we've ever had, Federation X, was 2016. A X Factor championship where 5, the guy named 5 won.
That's another Dice alt.
And really?
Yep.
Holy crap. And the top eliminator was a guy named Hunter. Now, I have no idea if that's any tie to Nighthawk or anything like that. It's just Hunter. I don't know if anybody knows any.
No clue. Don't
And
remember.
then the game died.
So Weedy, I'm going to go back to your question. We asked the chat about the tag teams that would just show up and just dominate, the ones you don't want to show up. Maybe they're sim vultures or what have you. Did we get any responses on that?
We got the Toxic Twins, which is a name I have not heard from.
Yeah.
We had a quick, maybe not quite on the board, but Rylan Hearn and Jay-Z were apparently a thing very briefly.
Okay.
And of course, the people that most people don't want to see are the New Breed, quickly followed by the New Breed.
What?
And in third is Dice.
No more Dice. He may just show up and win. He's won the last two. He's on a streak, baby.
You like to bet for the streaks, don't you?
All right. So now we bring ourselves to the grand Dear Tony segments that I know you've all been waiting for, where we all ask our pressing questions that we need advice from Tony on. Advice, situational issues, things that we have on our mind that only Tony can solve for us. So as we go forward. First one's from @Crowfed from Weedy. On a scale of 1 to Cremo, how horrible is the EFED golden rule?
Well, I think that's an easy one because that's Creamer all the way, because the EFED golden rule is a load of bullshit. And to any EFEDers that are watching, when I watch what you're doing, what I see is, that's all I see. That's all I see. You sat in your room doing that over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again. At least the way we do it, someone else does that for us, which is a lot more enjoyable. So I say Creamer.
Yeah. So, hey, I want to give a shout out to a guy that we all should be following on Twitter. His name's Dave Seltzer. He's laying it out pretty hardcore to these EFEDers and taking a lot of heat. So very much like Tony, he's giving facts. So maybe check that out sometime if you're on Twitter. Dave Seltzer instead of Dave Meltzer. Very funny read. Oh, we have a next one. This is from Maverick Man. Totally not Dave, right? My name is Roy, and Roy wants advice. Hi, I'm totally gay for someone named Tony, and he doesn't share the same feelings that I do. How can I make him be gay? I mean, how can I make him be gay for me? Tony.
Well, Roy, this Tony sounds like a very straight heterosexual man, and I don't think you're going to be able to turn him gay. If you want to turn someone gay, you probably got a better chance with the Kansas Kid, but then obviously you're chasing someone who's a lot less talented than this guy Tony, who obviously sounds, supremely talented. So I don't think it's going to happen. You might just have to give up on that, Roy.
Kid's
really
tied up
sorry
with the
to say
ghost
that.
pretty hard. He's hung up on the ghost. Yep.
See, so Roy, you might actually have a chance with a Kansas Kid, because he likes ghosts, he likes other dudes, he likes, anything.
All right. So we have the next one from Dirty Hardcore Bitch Faith. Dear Tony, I have a problem with me man who we follow the golden rule in the bedroom, but my problem is that he will not let me in the forbidden door. Any ideas?
Interesting. I probably shouldn't say this because it's very illegal, but I would drug him, because your man's, something tells me, like, he likes drinking. So stick something in his drink, wait till he passes out. Fair game. He can't stop you. If he can't say no, he can't stop you. Hope that helps.
Just in case you thought Tony was a face, everybody. Just in case. We have now cleared the board on that one.
Yeah, he pulled the Brock Turner. Wow, Tony. Wow.
I'm just trying to give Faith some good advice.
Okay. From at You're Not My Dad. Dear Tony, who is the most promising wrestler in FedEx other than yourself? And why is it Axel Hendricks?
Well, of course, I am the most promising wrestler in Federation X. And Axel Hendricks is right up there. He is right up there. But obviously, I've got to go with my boy Maverick Dawson. I think he's right on the same level as me. And Axel's slightly below. Just slightly below.
Next one comes from Maximum Carnet. Dear Tony, why are you such a cum guzzler? Eat a dick, Dorothy.
Really cute. Really cute. Nice.
The best
we
Ed.
have we have Maverick Man coming in. From Dave. I wonder if you would, Tony, would consider dumping Dawson for me, so that and maybe can Fantastico could manage you. Also, you better answer my questions or I might go stalker psycho on you. In any waves, thanks, Tony. You're the best.
Well, thank you for the question, Dave. Really appreciate it. Unfortunately, I can't dump Maverick. Me and Maverick have got a good thing going on. And yeah, it's just, I mean, if that runs its course, then maybe you could come in. But I'm not going to dump Maverick. I made a commitment because I'm loyal. I'm a very loyal. Yeah, loyal. Yeah, I'm a loyal person, so I can't give up on that commitment. When I say I'm going to make a commitment, I have to stick to it. I'm so sorry, Dave. I'm so sorry, Dave. But obviously, if that ever changes, then maybe there might be room for you. Please don't kill me in my sleep.
Kansas Kid 69. Dear Tony, fuck, marry, kill, Terry, Tori, Demi. Go.
Ooh. Well, I was gonna. I thought this. No, this is easy. This is easy. I'd fuck Demi. Because I could be as rough as I want because she can't feel anything. Because obviously she's a cripple. So I could do whatever I want down there. I could do pretty much whatever I
Terry
want.
Anus, for that, right?
Yeah, of course. I've obviously Tori I'd marry because she seems like a very wholesome young lady. I know she was led down a wrong path by her sister when she first got here, but she's now turning over a new leaf. And I think she's definitely woman material, wife material. And then kill Terry, obviously, because I've done it twice and I'm probably going to do it again at some point. So kill easily, Terry.
Wait a minute. I mean, could we be dealing with another wedding in a matter of months, Tony?
I mean, it's early days. It's early days.
Okay.
But, you know, you never know.
That was a hypothetical. Please no.
We have Dave coming back here. He wants to know from you, Tony, does Dawson ever talk about me? And does he miss me? Does he say our sex is good? And can he come over and take the skin boat to the town?
Right. Well.
Derailed.
Well, Katy Perry obviously has a thing going on with my tag team partner. He talks about you. Don't be so needy. Don't be so needy, Katie, because obviously he'll get bored of you very soon. You've got to make him want it a little bit more. Don't give it up so easily.
Very sage advice. Tony, Kansas Kid 69 comes back again. He wants to know if this is all an elaborate plan to prove that you don't need much winning to be a winner.
You know, it's really cute, kid, because I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to fire a shot at me because of my losing record. But yeah, it's very true. It's to prove it because I don't need to win a match to be over. I don't need to be win matches to be number one. And all you little bitches sat there talking about, I've won matches. You can't win matches. No one cares about you. No one gives a shit. You could win 300 matches in a row. If no one gives a shit, then who cares? I lose one match, everyone gives a shit. I lose 2 matches, everyone gives a shit. Everything I do, people give a shit. So yes, kid, yes.
I think that's t-shirt material. Everyone gives a shit.
That's definitely t-shirt
When
material.
Tony loses, everyone
Yeah.
gets
Merchandise that shit.
All right, we have our last one coming from Maverick Man, but this is serious, very serious. Dearest Tony, after I beat your ass and take the third man in contract from you, will you deal with you completely and you fall off Alan Scott's radar, considering you're barely on it now? I can't wait to make you bleed. And with warm regards, Jason Storm.
You know, it's really cute, Jason Storm. It's no, actually, it's not cute. It's strange how you have the same Twitter handle as Delusional Dave Diamond, because this message you've written here also seems very delusional. You're not gonna beat me. I'm sorry. I have great respect for you, Storm. You're a great wrestler. You were a great wrestler, but it's my time now. You're going to lose. You aren't going to even make me bleed, because your brother is going to call this match right down the middle. So you're not even going to get the chance to make me bleed. I'll see you soon, Storm. I'll see you real
So
soon.
are we calling this the next card, or you're going to make this run to the next pay-per-view?
The next card? Well, I mean, this match could main event any card. But I mean, come on. I mean, I need to get to Alan Scott. So there's no point in holding it off. I'm sorry, Storm. I know we should push it to the pay-per-view, but you are really just a stepping stone to me. So I don't really want to drag it out for too long. I just want to get it over and done with, so then I can move on to calling Alan Scott out. So yeah, I'd say next card and just get it done. Put Storm out of his misery quickly. There's no point in dragging it out for him.
So all of you that didn't hear that, so terrific Tony Rhodes accepted a challenge against Jason Storm for his third man in contract, with the stipulation of Tony's choosing, and Tony's choosing was to have Maverick, Jason Storm's brother, as special guest referee for the next card. So
Can we quickly throw in a bonus Dear Lars question? It was
Sure.
over a bit for a while, but I thought I'd show Tony some proper respect during his segment.
Sure.
Why is Wheelchair Walt Calhoun not booked, motherfuckers? Where's the love for Wheelchair Walt? That's clearly discrimination.
we have a problem with, we don't have a crane to take him from the floor to the ring. How's that going to work? And when wheelchairs bounce off of ropes, they don't really bounce. So how's that?
If you lubricate them right, they do.
I mean, you're just gonna, like, who you're gonna fight, Walt?
Derek.
Derek. You gonna fight Derek?
I mean, this is totally a Timmy versus Jimmy fight. I'm down
Right.
for it.
So, you know, the boners have a syndicated program for themselves. You know, maybe that's where Walt and Derek need to go. Just saying.
Yeah, you
Back
guys
in the
belong
box.
on the boner box. Sorry.
All right. So that wraps up our card review. Again, it starts next Wednesday, and I have these dates wrong here, by the way. Next Wednesday, the 3rd through the 7th, and Sims on the 7th on Friday. So that brings us to non-screen sharing, and we will let Weedy take it away to chicken shits.
Of course, that's what everyone wants to see.
That's what they're all here to see.
Oh, although Ask Tony has become a lot more popular. So we thought with the bachelor parties this week, we'd give some love out to some people that we don't get to see very often, probably because they don't know what activity is. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for PP and Athelia. It's so good. Congratulations on your upcoming nuptials. I think they deserve that. So we have some questions. Athelia, is the reason that you don't wrestle because you are like a literal chicken? Like you talk shit, you talk a good shitty game to fucking Tony Rhodes, but are you going to get in the ring and face anyone? When hell freezes over? Okay, fair enough. PPs, hold on a second. I need you to lay down. Lay down for Tony. Lay down for Tony. No, it turns out that the chicken version of Person Peoples is smarter than the human one. Bit of a shame that. Sorry, I tried, Tony. Couldn't get that to work. Bro, we've got the best bro here. Here we are. Hey, bro. What's it like knowing...
Holy shit, Cole Styles.
Sorry?
It's Cole Styles. Holy shit.
Cole Styles, absolutely. The best bro himself. How does it feel knowing that because your lips were so far attached up Genocide's ass as an alt, that you actually get to miss out on a Dubro tag team partnership with yours truly? I know that's something that you're going to regret. Now, we have a question from Kid. I thought I'd open this up to the SSOW. Let me just check it. No, I'm not asking about my sister's fucking breasts, you sick fuck. Go away. Stupid boners. All right. We'll get back to PP. How glad are you that Over Celeria made you interesting to a single person? Because literally you have to be sick to find any interest in you. Even as a chicken, you're not that cool. And that's chicken shits, but I will say congratulations on your upcoming nuptials. I'm sure that absolutely nothing will happen to screw it up.
Ominous.
And that's it. Thanks for joining us for Chicken Shits this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Very good. Very good. All right, folks. So that's our show for the week. And we hope you guys tune in and become a part of our community if you guys are lingering or lurking. We're having fun. The slew of activity this week was great to see. But, you know, it's one of those things where we want to see it sustained, right? One of the things we've been talking about before we close out is the need for a second brand. So maybe a slower paced brand that some of the more casual folks that just want to play maybe post once or you know a day or so can just jump in and have fun with, and then have the higher active fed in another brand. If we see a sustained amount of growth and activity, we can do that and have a draft or you know, however we want to consider that being, or have everybody declare kind of where they want to be activity wise and have fun with it. So see a lot of growth in this. It's you know, we're 2 months, almost, well, kind of 2 months in, you know, kind of stuck our foot in the water at the beginning of December, and we're having fun with it. I never would have thought that it would have kind of grown into the situation we're in now, where we have damn near 200 plus posts a week, which is fun. So thanks for being a part of it. Appreciate it. We enjoy the feedback. So by all means, please continue to comment on this and let us know how we're doing. And we'll also continue to get match comments. This week was kind of hard with the Rumble. So we'll continue that next dirt sheet and have fun with that as well. Anybody have anything else before we close?
Thanks for joining us, everyone. And I'd like to thank the chat for being so lively today, as always. Yeah. We'll keep putting it over every week that we can.
Absolutely. Cheers.